Previously on Beyond Compare Wrestling, just moments before the main event of BCW 43, Isaac Taylor was attacked backstage and was unable to compete in the scheduled 6-man tag team match. This forced the two #1 contenders, Cameron Lewis and Benson Hicks, into a 3-on-2 handicap match. And even with the odds stacked against them, Cameron and Benson were able to emerge victorious. Who will challenge Dirty Don tonight for the BCW World Championship? Cameron Lewis, Benson Hicks, or will it be a triple threat match? Tonight is the most unpredictable event in professional wrestling, the event where every match is randomized. BCW presents Random Draw 3.
Thank you for joining us for BCW Random Draw 3. Tonight we are coming to you live from Las Vegas, Nevada, the gambling capital of the world. And tonight the gambling will take place not just in the casinos, but also in the BCW ring, as tonight every match will be randomized. Whether that's a random opponent or a random match stipulation, all the wrestlers going into their matches tonight will have some element of the unknown. And as they say in Vegas, the house always wins, but the true winners tonight will be the BCW fans, as we have an absolutely phenomenal card tonight. In the main event for the BCW World Championship, will it be Cameron Lewis, will it be Benson Hicks, or will it be all three of these men in a triple threat match? The randomizer is going to spin the wheel, and we're going to find out what the main event will be tonight. And then we have NSFW taking on Liam Connors and Slug with a randomized stipulation. Both these teams need a win if they're looking to move up the tag team ranks. What would the stipulation be in that one? And we are also bookending this event with championship matches, as Byron Cassidy will be defending for the first time his Euroslam championship in an open challenge. Who will the randomizer select for Byron Cassidy's mystery opponent? We are going to find out, but we got to take a quick commercial break before we get to this action. So stay tuned. BCW will return after these messages. Well, there we have it, some truly disturbing footage indeed, and we have here a slow motion instant replay of the same footage that Mr. GM just showed Cameron Lewis, and as we can see, it looks as if Benson Hicks is putting Isaac Taylor through that table. If we pause the footage right here, we can see that looks like the signature red vest with the eagle on the back that Benson Hicks is known for. So they say a picture says 1,000 words, and in this picture it is painting that Benson Hicks did in fact attack Isaac Taylor. That is truly disturbing footage and disturbing actions, not characteristic of Benson Hicks, but the footage is right there. That is clearly what it looks like, but we'll have to get an update on that. But right now we have our first match of the night. Byron Cassidy defending the Euroslam Championship for the first time against a mystery opponent. The mystery opponent could be from BCW, it could be from the Euroslam roster, or it could be a free agent. Who is the randomizer going to select for Byron Cassidy to face tonight for his first title defense? Let's take it to the ring and find out for the first match of BCW Random Draw 3.
Standing 6 feet tall and weighing in at 230 pounds, fighting out of London, England, he is the 2024 Euroslam winner, the Butcher, Byron Cassidy.
And here he is, a man who has been on quite the roll as of late, ever since he came back to BCW. Byron Cassidy, the 2024 Euroslam champion, with that absolutely gorgeous Euroslam title around his waist. And tonight, I think he is going up against his toughest task to date, putting an open challenge for your championship. Byron Cassidy is definitely not short on confidence any longer. He was able to conquer his demons. He was able to get that mental toughness that he needed. He obviously has the physical tools. He now has the mental tools to back that up. Byron Cassidy is seemingly unstoppable, but has he bitten off a little bit more than he can chew, putting an open challenge for his championship? Like I said, it could be anyone from the BCW roster, anyone from the Euroslam roster, any free agent out there. That is a lot of question marks when you're coming into a match. You got to prepare not just for anyone, but for everyone. And Byron Cassidy is the absolute master at preparation, so I do not doubt his ability, but needless to say, a tall task when you are putting an open challenge out there. So I think it is really going to come down to who Byron's opponent is. Is it someone who he has faced before? Does he have a little bit of background knowledge, or is it someone he has never faced before? Is it someone who can come in here and surprise him? Is it going to be a style that he is maybe not quite as familiar with? We're going to find out. Let's take it to the randomizer and see who Byron is facing tonight.
Making his way to the ring from Russia, he is the 2020 Euroslam Cup winner, Kolov.
Well, here we go. Out of the potential opponents for Byron Cassidy to face, this has got to be one of the worst matchups for Byron. Andrei Kolov, the 2020 Euroslam champion, a man who is, for all intents and purposes, potentially the kryptonite for Byron Cassidy. Andrei Kolov defeated Byron in the finals of the 2020 Euroslam tournament. Byron picked up the win in the 2024. They both have one win apiece against each other, and tonight it is for the Euroslam Championship right there. Two men who have beat each other before. It is a virtual pick'em since they are at 1-1 in this series. Looking to have the tiebreaker right here tonight at Random Draw 3. And here we go. The bell is rung. The match is underway. Huge match to kick off Random Draw 3. It is the rubber match between Byron Cassidy and Andrei Kolov. As I mentioned, these two have faced each other once before. Byron picked up the win just a few months ago. Andrei Kolov picked up the win in their first encounter. Now it's the rubber match. Now it's the third. Both men have suffered the brutal taste of defeat. Both men have suffered that sweet taste of victory. Who is coming out with the win here tonight? And let's get into this match. Byron with these big brutal knees. just pummeling Andrei Koloff right in the temple. And Byron, he wears those knee pads low so he can hit the point of the knee. And here we go. Triangle choke, looking to cinch it up early. But Andrei Koloff's still so strong right at the beginning of this match, but it's a smart move from Byron. Both men not sweaty yet, so you get a lot of grip when you go for a submission real early on, and it only takes a fraction of a second to tap. It takes 3 seconds to get a pin, but it can take less than a fraction of a second to get a submission. So smart from Byron, but now his pinning predicament already a 2 count. Koloff cannot believe it. He thought he got him there with that big, huge belly-to-belly, and this is coming out real fast and furious in the opening minute of this one. Another big belly-to-belly. Picking up Byron and just throwing him halfway across the ring, and now these brutal elbows from Andrei Koloff. He is over 6.5 feet tall. A human Goliath. And that's about 7 feet when you get that elbow up in the air and it crashes all the way down to the mat on your chest. Both these men, they know each other so well. That was one of the X factors as we were breaking down who Byron would potentially face. And he goes for a cover here. Only a 1, though. That was one of the X factors about who Byron was going to face. Was he going to face someone he has never faced before and he has absolutely no information on them? Or is he going to face someone who he has faced before, and he has faced Koloff twice before? So Byron Cassidy with a lot of knowledge on Koloff. He knows what he does. He knows how powerful his kicks can be. But at the same time, Koloff knows how powerful Byron's attack can be, just like that big gut-wrench suplex right there. And Byron to the top rope doing something a little different, a little unorthodox. Goes to the top rope and crowns Koloff right there from the top rope. And Byron Cassidy smart going to the top. We don't usually see Byron going to the top very often. But when you are facing someone that you have faced before, you know everything that they can do. Koloff here taking Byron into the corner, trying to wear him out, having nowhere to go when you were trapped in the corner, but Byron fights back out like a caged animal. And Byron really loving that monkey flip, going real old school, very British style there. And now just smashing him down, trying to keep the tall striker grounded. Very smart maneuver from Byron Cassidy. When it comes to a man who is such a devastating heavyweight striker like Andrei Koloff, you definitely want to keep him down as much as you can. Anytime Koloff can keep that vertical base and hit one of those big brutal high kicks to the head, he could easily get a knockout. He can do a ton of damage, potentially get the pinfall real quick on a flash knockout. Basically, Andrei Koloff, when he is standing up, he can do damage real quick. Byron Cassidy, he wants him to get back to his feet just so he can send him right back to the mat. And another clubbing blow, but Koloff 2 times was too many. Saw it coming, baited him in, and now hits him with a big back suplex there. Just having Byron land right on that neck, really knotting up the shoulders, the head, the spine. Sending those shockwaves from the top of the head right down to the bottom of your feet. Now Koloff picking him up and throwing him into the corner again. Koloff obviously has some sort of game plan that incorporates having Byron caught in that corner, and it could just be unloading some big brutal strikes. Byron does not want to feel the sting of those, so he fires back with his own and gets out of the corner. And this has really been a lot of counter move, counter the counter. Both these men are playing chess where normally you see a lot of checkers being played. Goes for the cover here after that beautiful... and a 2 count there after that beautiful triple combo there. Really making a huge comeback was Koloff on that one. Now he's feeling it up a lot. He's taunting to Byron, taunting to the crowd. I know it fires you up, but you gotta keep your nose to the grindstone, especially when a championship is on the line. Big, huge splash from the top, and Byron, I think that had all the air rush out of his lungs. He is clutching that chest. Koloff is really just enjoying his handiwork there, just really soaking in the booze from this crowd. And Koloff, not much of a mental game fighter. I don't think he needs to do all these taunts. I think he's better suited, just keep his nose to the grindstone, really put smothering pressure on Byron. I think that is where Koloff is really going to find his success. And now Byron going for a huge maneuver here. Top rope, huge punch to the head of Koloff. Is he going for Oh, whatever he was going for, Koloff with the elbows. Pushes him off. Byron crashes down to the mat. Looked like he was going to go for that Green Bay plunge, that rolling hills from the top rope, but it's a moot point now. Byron comes crashing down instead, and now he throws him into the ropes, really utilizing the corner of the ring in this one. And now Koloff using the ropes to prop himself up, and he gets a big boot to the throat for his troubles. That was his reward for trying to find some Circes in the corner there. Oh, and another monkey flip. That is a maneuver that Byron is really just using at will. He's used it 3 times, and there has been water in the pool the 3 times. Koloff rolls out of the ring when Byron goes back to the top, forces Byron to come back down, and that was all part of his strategy. Now with some big, brutal liver shots, potentially to the solar plexus, really trying to gas out of Byron Cassidy in a big, huge full Nelson slam sit-out style. Both men are down. Koloff is the first to his feet. This is what BCW is all about. This is how you kick off a pay-per-view, especially with a pay-per-view as near and dear to my heart as Random Draw 3 is. Random Draw 3 has seen some of the biggest moments in BCW, and this is a huge contest. First title defense for Byron, and as they say, you're not truly a champion until you defend it for the first time, and that is what Byron is doing. He's had 2 singles wins since winning the Euroslam title, but he has not defended it. And he has never faced anyone as dangerous as Koloff, someone who has a victory over him. And could Koloff get another victory right now? 1, 2. Byron kicks out at the last second with authority. Koloff is pissed. Opts to go for the taunts again while Byron is getting the desperate time that he needs to recover. He's only going to get a few seconds, but when you're in the ring with Koloff, you take every second that you can get. Throws him into the corner and hits him with that Superman punch, possibly a forearm. And now Koloff to the top again. Is he going to hit that splash? Opting to let Byron get up. Is he going to crown him this time? And he does. Byron's head's just screaming. He's grabbing his head. That is a huge man. Nearly 300 pounds. He's in the high 280s as Koloff. Coming down with that huge forearm, that huge hand, that huge elbow. Whatever he's coming with you from the top. And Byron going back to that triangle. A little bit sweatier this time now. Koloff is going to have a little more time to squeeze out of the hold. Sweat plays a huge factor in these submissions. That's why Byron wears those gloves, so he can get every little bit of grip that he can, even when him and his opponent are sweaty. But Koloff with that huge belly-to-belly again. Could this be enough? Forearm to the face, crushing that jaw to the mat. 2. And Byron kicks out, really showing that mental toughness. Byron, he is so good as of late of sucking up that pain, coming back out, hitting his opponent with something twice as hard. That is exactly what Byron Cassidy has needed to his game plan. But look at these shots. Big, huge leg kick from Koloff. Byron does not want to feel any part of that. Fights out, picks him up. Butcher's block, sends him right to the mat. Could this be it? 1, 2. Oh! I thought that was it. Koloff kicks out at the last second. But Byron walking real gingerly, and I don't blame him after that huge leg kick in the corner from Koloff. And now a huge stomp to the solar plexus. Really affected the gas tank of Koloff on this one. I think having faced Koloff twice before and having the last victory, the second victory in the set of 3 between these two, has really given Byron the confidence to know that he can beat a Koloff. He just has to put his nose to the grindstone. He just has to counter and come back with something even stronger. And now these men squaring off in the center of the ring, just opting to throw haymakers, throw the rule book out the window, throw the gentleman's agreement out the window, throw all the moves out the window. These are just big, huge haymakers, and with a huge heavyweight striker, you got to give the advantage to Koloff. Byron is quite the accomplished striker, but with a heavyweight with nearly 40, 50 pounds on Byron, Koloff is the striker. And these strikes are doing a lot of damage. Both men just opted to go for some moves until one of them collapses, and that is Koloff. But Byron's got to follow it up with something big, and he does right here. BFT, bone flying and tied. Cinches it in. This is how we beat him the last time. Center of the ring. Is Koloff going to tap? Koloff taps. Byron wins. Winner via submission, Byron Cassidy defends the Euroslam title, picks up 2 consecutive victories against Andrei Koloff. This is Byron's biggest win to date. And you can't blame Byron after going toe-to-toe, blow-to-blow with Andrei Koloff in the ring. He had to have been loopy. He knew to take him to the mat, lock in that submission was the best key to victory, and that is what sealed the deal for Byron. Defends his Euroslam championship, gets that monkey off his back in Andrei Koloff. What a win, the biggest win in Byron Cassidy's career. Can anyone stop Byron Cassidy? He's on the roll of his life. 7-match win streak, the bone flied and died. Picks up the win for him again. Congratulations to Byron Cassidy. What a win to kick off Random Draw 3. Well, there we go, an explosive confrontation between Cameron Lewis and Benson Hicks backstage. But up next is a tag team match, NSFW taking on Liam Connors and Slug. What will the randomized stipulation be for this one? Both these teams need a win if they want to climb those tag team rankings. Who's coming out with the win in our second match for Random Draw 3? Let's take it to the ring and find out right now.
At a combined weight of 420 pounds, they are the team of Jordan Jones and Travis Watts, NSFW, not safe for wrestling.
And here they are making their way to the ring. Jordan Jones on the left, Travis Watts on the right, NSFW. And there have been a lot of adjectives used to describe these two. I will use unorthodox. They are very unorthodox. They have a very funky style. They complement each other well. They are highly athletic. They are very unpredictable. Can they put all those elements together and come out with a win here tonight at Random Draw 3 against Liam Connors and Slug? Liam and Slug, they have that big man, little man combo, whereas these two are much more balanced. Will that be their key to victory in addition to their unorthodox style? We're going to find out if they can get the job done here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Liam No Honor Connors and Slug.
And here they are, Liam Connors and Slug, looking for their first victory here in BCW. As we've seen, they are 0-3, but they have been facing top competition, including in their last tag team match, the BCW World Tag Team Champions, the Exiled, in a non-title. They look good in that one. Can they look good in this one here tonight? Let's take it to the randomizer and find out what match we're having. And here we go. The bell is rung. The match is underway. Second match of Random Draw 3 is a losing team must disband stipulation to this one. No matter who comes out with the victory and who tastes defeat here tonight, the tag team division will be forever changed in BCW with this stipulation right here. And when it comes to these two teams, it was Liam and Slug, who are a newly formed tag team. They came together because they were not having success in the singles division. They thought they would fare better in the tag division. So if they are forced to break up here tonight, will they have to go back to singles competition? But a big violence party in the corner. Jordan Jones shoots it. Only a 2, though. Jordan Jones known for that funky style, known for his strikes, primarily his kicks, but just unleashing a violence party right there, and a big back elbow in the corner. And when it comes to NSFW, they are tag team wrestlers. If they lose tonight and are forced to break up, will they go into singles competition, or will they each find a new partner, and we will have 2 new tag teams here in BCW? There's a lot of X factors. There's a lot of unknowns when it comes to the future of BCW as it pertains to the losing team must disband stipulation. There's going to be a lot of angles here, potential game plans thrown out the window in this one just due to the stipulation. Slug there takes out Travis Watts, preventing Jordan Jones from getting a potential tag. Jordan Jones really wrenching on that elbow. Slug counters with a big elbow back himself, picks him up. Sidewalk slam. Goes for the cover. 1. Ooh, only a 1 though. Jordan Jones only 1. Rolls out of the ring to regroup. And as I mentioned, it is a bit of a middle-of-the-road stipulation for the losing team to disband. No one's getting fired, but no one's getting the title shot. But what is this going to do to the psyche? What is this going to do for the game plan of these competitors? They did not know what type of stipulation it was going to be, and for the team to disband, it's all or nothing right here, right now. Slug shooting the half. Can he get the pin? Jordan Jones, perfect camera angle right there, breaking it up, saving his team, saving his partner in that one. And how is the stipulation, as I was mentioning, going to affect the game plan? You can't go for those wild, crazy maneuvers. You can't go for something too high risk for fear of picking up that L. Liam Connors and Slug working beautiful here. Some tag team synergy, double back body drops, and now we got the 2 best strikers in the match in the ring right now. We got Liam Connors, that MMA boxing style striker, whereas you have Jordan Jones, more of that rabbit puncher, more of that street fighter. A lot of kicks, a lot of flash, a lot of dance inspired, a lot of break dancing inspired moves with that one, and another violence party, this time in the wrong corner. Looking to mix it up. Jordan Jones tags in Travis Watts. Travis Watts, very unpredictable, very funky with his style, has one of the most unorthodox styles here in BCW. It's really hard to nail down what his style actually is. He's not a striker, he's not a technician, he's not a brawler, he's not a powerhouse. He's a little bit of everything and nothing all wrapped into one, but it's not going to matter if Liam Connors keeps unloading with those big strikes. And Liam Connors with those taped fists, he's got just a little bit of padding for his own protection, but not for his opponents. Really unleashing those 3 big, huge strikes in the corner. And now going for that grizzly magnum chop from the over 300 pounder, and that is a lot of power that Slug can generate. And as we've seen from the lower third when they were making their way to the ring, Liam Connors and Slug, they are 0-3. They have yet to taste any success in the tag team division. They've gone up against top teams, including the BCW World Tag Team Champions. They did that on our Christmas episode. Could this be it here, though, with Jordan Jones right back in to break it up? Slug did not give Jordan Jones enough time and distance. Went for that quick cover. You can't blame him for that. And you can't blame him for going for what appears to be his finisher. He's setting him up for something big. Travis Watts senses it somehow and is able to counter. Picks him up and goes for that funky maneuver right there. That is a perfect example of what I was talking about with the style of a Travis Watts. Going for a little bit of a lucha move there. You would not expect lucha style from him. And a big, huge drive-by kick from Liam. That Rock Travis Watts, he makes the tag, has the two strikers back in the ring again in Jordan Jones and Liam. Really making him run the ropes here, picks him up, goes for that kick again, and now turns his attention. Travis Watts throws him out of the ring. He is in the perfect scenario until he turns around and gets hit with that Jordan Jones. Big, huge kick, and now a back suplex. Goes for that big moonsault. Jordan Jones really picking up some steam there. Goes for that Booker T style kick. Covers on one. Could this be a two? Careers on the line for these teams. Throws him back in the corner. Now makes a tag, going for a little double team maneuver. What do they got here? Picks him up for something. Going for the death sentence. That big power bomb leg drop, which they call cancel culture. That is their finisher, but Slug right in there as a perfect tag team partner, not letting the 3 count happen, and I think Liam would have been out with that cancel culture maneuver. Tags Jordan Jones back in. Lots of frequent tags. Some beautiful tag team synergy there, but as we see from the graphic, BCW World Title main event still to come. Who is going to challenge for the BCW World Title? Will it be Benson Hicks? Will it be Cameron Lewis? A lot of tension between them. And will it be a triple threat match? If it is a triple threat match, there is going to be a huge explosion between all 3 of those competitors. But we're going to have to let the randomizer decide, and the randomizer is on fire here tonight. Losing team must disband, and that randomized opponent of Koloff, probably the most dangerous opponent for Byron Cassidy. The randomizer is on fire. What will it select in the main event? But right here, Slug in the wrong part of town, getting his leg hammered right there by Jordan Jones. We've been going about 5 minutes now, and look at this beautiful double team work. Jordan Jones with that big, huge axe kick. He's really getting the knee in the face, and he's really getting that leg off the ground, picking it up, swinging it up with all that momentum and all that motion, just hitting it right into the face of Slug. And Travis Watts with a beautiful moonsault there, second rope. Could this be it? For the team of Liam Connors and Slug, Liam is the one that you want to have on the corner, being able to jump in real quick as a hiccup and break up those potential 3 counts. In my opinion, he is the perfect one to have on the apron. You got the big man Slug in the ring doing a lot of damage. Oh, and here we go. They're going for the cancel culture again, reverse style this time. Travis Watts with the big leg drop. Jordan Jones, the legal man, goes for the cover. Can he pick up the win? And he got him. Slug has been pinned. Liam and Slug must disband. Winners via pinfall, NSFW. And I think in this one, what it really came down to is the tag team synergy. As I mentioned, NSFW, they have been a tag team since episode 5. And that tag team synergy, having all those tag team matches, win, lose, or draw here in BCW, really paid off. They knew each other's moves. They knew exactly what to do. They executed their game plan, and they are still going to be a tag team here in BCW. Congratulations to NSFW picking up a huge win and remaining a tag team here in BCW. All right, and now it is time for the main event of the evening, but let's break down the challengers' tale of the tape. Cameron Lewis and Benson Hicks, they both won their last match. It was that handicap match against Dirty Don and Hard Limit. It was 3-on-2, and they still picked up the win, so they are coming in with momentum. And when it comes to the height and weight, they are exactly even, 5'10", 220. And when it comes to the match type, which I think is going to be the real X factor, Cameron Lewis wants the three-way. He wants both Dirty Don and Benson Hicks, whereas Benson, he firmly wants Dirty Don all to himself. He wants that singles match. So it's really going to come down to the randomizer. If the randomizer selects Cameron Lewis, Benson, or the three-way. And when we look at the champion's tail of the tape, Dirty Don, 5'8", 210, 15-0 in singles competition, 16-3-3 overall. And Dirty Don, he wants that triple threat match. He wants that tension between Cameron Lewis and Benson Hicks. And of course, Dirty Don, he won the BCW World title in a triple threat match. Dirty Don, he knows all the tricks. He knows how to exploit both men's weaknesses. He knows how to take advantage of situations that occur in triple threats. That's what he wants. But it all comes down to the randomizer. Will it be Cameron Lewis getting that one-on-one shot? Will it be Benson Hicks getting the one-on-one that he has wanted since episode 1? Or will it be the triple threat match? Will it be chaos? Let's take it to the randomizer and find out what the main event is going to be for Random Draw 3.
The following contest is your BCW Random Draw 3 main event, and it will be a triple threat match for the undisputed BCW World Championship. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighed 220 pounds. From Dallas, Texas, he is the redneck, Benson Hicks.
And there we have it. They say three's a crowd, but tonight it is going to be a three-way match for the BCW World Championship. The randomizer has selected it to be a three-way match. That is not the match type that Benson wanted, but that is the match type that Benson is getting here tonight. He's going to have to make the most of this opportunity. Can he take advantage? Can he win the triple threat match? Can he become the new BCW World Champion? We're going to find out.
Standing 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighing 220 pounds, he is a high flyer and comes to us from St. Louis, Missouri. He is the future Cameron Lewis.
And here he is, Cameron Lewis, the number one contender coming into this triple threat match. That is what he wanted. He wants Benson, he wants Dirty Don, and he's coming out here with a lot of exuberance, really playing it up for the crowd, really feeling his music. But on the inside, he is boiling with the news that Benson attacked Isaac Taylor backstage, Cameron Lewis's tag team partner. As we've seen from those backstage segments, Cameron Lewis is livid. He wants a piece of everyone in this match, and he's getting it here tonight.
Making his way to the ring, bringing a BCW singles record of 15 wins, 0 losses, and 3 draws, and 938 days as champion, looking to make his 6th successful title defense. He is the current reigning and defending BCW World Champion, Dirty Don.
And here he is, the BCW World Champion, Dirty Don. And all you need to know when it comes to Dirty Don is 938 days as champion. You do not get a record like that by accident. It is by hook or crook that Dirty Don has been able to defend that title time and time again. But he's got a triple threat match here tonight. He's got 2 opponents. Can he get the job done? And here we go. That is what it is all about, the BCW World Championship. Benson Hicks, Cameron Lewis, and the champ, Dirty Don. And here we go. The bell has rung. The main event of Random Draw 3 is underway. Triple threat match for the BCW World Championship. And the randomizer selected that this will be a three-way match, which is the exact match type that Dirty Don wanted. It is the exact match type that Cameron Lewis wanted. The only person that did not want the triple threat is Benson, because Benson sees through all of Dirty Don's tricks. It was way back on episode 3 when Dirty Don won the world title and was crowned champion. Here we go, Cameron Lewis. Cameron Lewis with an octopus that Dirty Don is able to get out of. On episode 3, it was Dirty Don versus Benson Hicks versus Byron Cassidy to crown the first ever BCW World Champion. And in that triple threat match, it was Dirty Don pulling out his usual tricks. He was able to hit Benson Hicks with that steel chair, really obliterated that arm, really took him out, hit him with the Dirty Driver, and got the pin. So that is why Benson Hicks did not want another triple threat match. He has already lost a triple threat match to Dirty Don for the inaugural World Championship. And ever since then, as I said, 938 days, Dirty Don has had a death grip on that championship. So that is why Benson Hicks wanted it to be one-on-one, but Dirty Don coming out here with that butterfly into the backdrop. Is he potentially setting up Cameron Lewis for that break of dawn, which is that sharpshooter? We've seen some submissions very, very quick in the early stages of this one. We saw Cameron Lewis go for that octopus, and as I mentioned earlier tonight, it takes 3 seconds to get a pinfall, but it takes just a fraction of a second to really slap in a submission, do some damage. You could break a bone, you could tear a ligament, you could pop a joint, and cause your opponent to tap out immediately. So in a triple threat match, when you got to have your head on a swivel, where you got to do everything so quick because you always got an opponent coming after you, a submission is a very, very smart maneuver. And of these three men, Dirty Don, he's got that break of dawn, that sharpshooter submission. So that could be Dirty Don's key to victory here tonight. And look at this, we got Benson Hicks going for the body, hitting him with that big, huge uppercut at the end. Benson Hicks, that Golden Gloves boxer, and right as I was saying, the submission might be the way to go. Benson Hicks, he could pull out one of those big shots, pull out a big, huge punch, and get a flash knockout. That could be a potential way for Benson Hicks to win this one too. So lots of angles. We're seeing how it's playing out. Cameron Lewis really going after Benson on that one. And Dirty Don, he's really loading up all these backbreakers. I think Dirty Don's game plan might be just exactly that, to go for the submission. And another backbreaker there. He is really weakening up the midsections of both Benson Hicks and Cameron Lewis. It's smart to take out the midsection of a Cameron Lewis. He is so mobile, so fast, loves to jump around the ring. His finisher is that frog splash. So it's a smart maneuver there, but chopping the back of the leg. Could this be it? Only a 2 there. And really, we are not seeing two men gang up on the one. I think it would have been Cameron Lewis and Benson Hicks if they were on the same page, really teaming up on Dirty Don. But this is a virtual pick'em any which way you slice it. No man is helping out another man in this one. As soon as you get one person down, the other two are smothering. And speaking of world title matches, next week on night 2 of Random Draw 3, we got the BCW World Tag Team titles being defended. We got Adam Ace and Jacob Akani taking on the Exiled. But this could be it right here. 1, 2. Dirty Don breaks it up. Keeps his world title. And that is the one disadvantage for Dirty Don in this one. He has got to keep his head on a swivel. He always has to be in the mix. He's got to be in the ring. He's got to be with his mental faculties in crystal clear condition. He cannot be drowsy. He cannot be groggy, because he's got to get in there, break up any pinfall attempts that Cameron does to Benson, or Benson does to Cameron. And as we've seen right there, he's got to kick out when he is getting pinned or potentially submitted or knocked out. Cameron Lewis with a big kick to the back of the head. It's the shots you don't see coming that do the most amount of damage. And Benson with a big, huge shot there to Cameron Lewis. And going for the body again. Dirty Don writhing in pain. When you get hit in the liver or the solar plexus, and again, right there, rush it out the air. When you get hit in the solar plexus, that really gasses you out. When you are gasping for air and you have pain coursing through, your body is real hard to regroup, hit that reset button. But right now it looks like Benson Hicks is in the most amount of control in this one. We had Dirty Don recouping a bit in the corner. We have Cameron Lewis back to his feet and a big, huge left hand. Benson Hicks is that lefty, but with Dirty Don right there, that is the disadvantage of the triple threat. That is why Benson did not want it. If Benson was able to hit that punch on Dirty Don, it could have been over. We could have been seeing a new BCW World Champion. And now Cameron Lewis and Benson Hicks fighting it out. The rage in Cameron Lewis's eyes. He is really going after Benson. Goes for the cover here. Could we have a new champ too? Dirty Don on the outside just getting back up to his feet right now. While Cameron Lewis and Benson Hicks fight it out in the ring. And now we got Dirty Don back in. Cameron Lewis with a big suplex there. Oh, and here we go. Picking him up for the Dirty Driver. It's his finisher. Crashes him right on the spine. Shockwave going from your head to your toes. Could this be it? Benson's in the corner. He's not looking. Damn it. Dirty Don picks up another win here tonight. Defends his title. Another huge win for Dirty Don. 938 days plus now as he picks up this win over Cameron Lewis. And it was Dirty Don just picking his spot again, waiting for that exact right moment, hitting his most potent move, that Dirty Driver. He won the BCW World Championship with it. He has defended his title with it, and he defends it here tonight at Random Draw 3.
Here's your winner and still undisputed BCW World Heavyweight Champion, Dirty Don.
Winner via pinfall, Dirty Driver, 6 successful title defense. He defeats the number 1 contender, Cameron Lewis, but Benson was also the number 1 contender here tonight. He has not beaten Benson. Benson is next on the list for title shots. But that is for the future. Right now, Dirty Don is celebrating, picking up a victory here tonight, defending his title. And he comes out of Random Draw 3 with the victory. And what a night of action we had. It all kicked off with the Euroslam Championship on the line. The Butcher, Byron Cassidy, retained over his toughest opponent that he's ever faced, Andrei Koloff. He closes out the series with 2 wins to 1. Beats Andrei Koloff twice in a row now. Congratulations to Byron Cassidy. And then we had NSFW. They are still a team here in BCW. It was that losing team must disband stipulation. Liam Connors and Slug, they must disband. They are no longer a tag team here in BCW. And then as we just seen, it was really the tension between Cameron Lewis and Benson Hicks that led Dirty Don to victory. Benson Hicks, Cameron Lewis, and Dirty Don, such hatred between these three, and it was that super small opening that allowed Dirty Don to pick up the win, seal the deal, retain his BCW World Championship. Congratulations to Dirty Don, defended his title. He didn't do it by cheating this time, but oh, what do we have here? We're going backstage. Well, there we have it. It was Sweet Cox all along. It was not Benson Hicks who attacked Isaac Taylor backstage. We're going to have to get an update on that next week. And next week, it is a fatal four-way match with a randomized stipulation. We got Tony Rizzo, Sergio Gomez, The Tool, and Cameron Lewis. And we also have Grizzly Mac versus Kensho. What will the randomized stipulation be for that one? And just announced, due to Sweet Cox putting Isaac Taylor through that table, they will face each other in a one-on-one match next week with a randomized stipulation. And the BCW World Tag Team titles will be on the line in the main event. Adam Ace and Jacob Akane taking on the Exiled. BCW Random Draw 3 Night 2 promises to be explosive. You do not want to miss it. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.